Okay, Jerry in Louisiana. This is your new Washington president and the fan. So I'm just using my phone today for this video. Sometimes it's easier and quicker. Still not really sure if I want to keep using that camera or not, but I'm going to put the fans on for you like you wanted me to do, so I got no problem doing that. And we'll get this thing all set up for you, and I'll come back when it's all said and done, and it'll be kind of a quicker video. I've been doing a little bit longer ones, and just frankly try to get a little bit more work done in the time I have today, if that makes sense. Okay, Jerry, so I'm going to put the fans on right now. So here's the fans and the screws and all that. So I don't put the new stickers on the side. If you want to do that, they're still in the packaging. I give the customer the packaging for the fans and everything. So I'll put the fans on. Remember, I do put a little bit of electrical tape kind of over the area where the wires come down, and that's only to protect them for when I put that this is what, the bottom cover, yeah, when I put the bottom cover on. I don't like the fact that wires are coming through, although they're down in there. I just still don't like the fact that you have that recessed edge, and I just don't like that fact. So what I do is I push them down and put a little tape over. Usually I only use, I think, this one and this one or something, or maybe it's these two. I don't remember. I have to put them on there and see, but I kind of protect the wire. That's all that tape is for. It's only to protect the wire. So I would have liked to seen it maybe where, I don't know, there would be an area to like slide the wire through, but then again, they got these plugs on them, and I wouldn't want to have to put these wires in a plug like this. I feel like it'd be a little more difficult to do, but it is what it is, you know. Sometimes you just try to protect it a little bit and do the best you can. So but otherwise, I mean, it's just a nice clean circuit board. I don't see any reason on these to ever swap capacitors or anything like that. I mean, this thing works as good as it should. So all that other stuff that, you know, people might try to do later, that's just stuff they want to do for themselves. So I'm not going to do any of that stuff here because it's got a warranty. And if you start swapping capacitors and stuff like that, there's a chance that, you know, if you send it back under warranty or something, they can pop it and be like, hey, this isn't the right part, you know, and you don't want to jeopardize that. So that's why I don't do that stuff. Okay, Jerry, so we're all done. I'm going to give you this adapter. This is a 4 to 6 because you bought the fans separately. So just give you a little bit of extra there. So I already turned the key beep off. I'm going to switch the indicator to SWR. I know you can't really see it, but you will when you peel this protective film off. I want to change the color to orange. Temperature is good, yep. I'm just going through. So I'm going to switch this to dynamic for this test because we're using this. Anytime you use this, switch your mic type to DY. If you have it in DY, though, the mic that comes with it won't work. When you use your Digi mic that you're getting for free from President, switch it back to EL also. That's what they told me anyway. So span setting's cool. I've already shown that a bunch of times, but I prefer to use that all the time. I'll name this band as it is, CB. Doesn't look like a B, but that's what it is. And power limitation, we don't want that on. For some reason, when I get out of service, it's always on. If anybody knows a good echo level, let me know, because I don't ever really set echo on these or anything, but you can see that's actually a F for Fahrenheit, that's a C for Celsius. You can see the little piece there. So we want Fahrenheit here. I'm gonna turn the fans on. They should start running just about now, and they did. I don't over torque the screws on the fans. Let me show you that I got your fans on. So you may want to just kind of tighten them up a little bit yourself, but I don't like torque them on or anything. I mean, they're obviously on, they're not going to come off or anything, but at the same time, I'm not going to overdo them. I don't want to strip out the head on the screw or anything like that. So I just put them on nice and snug, you know, and probably they're good to go like that. But if you feel the need to, just grab a nice Phillips screwdriver and just tighten them up a little bit more if you feel you need to, because this grill is screwed on right with them. So, but they're running, and they're really not that loud or anything. and they do help. The radio is pretty cool right now though, so this is basically so when I test it out, then we can get it boxed up immediately after. I did put a QSL card in your box with your radio, so when this goes back in, you'll have that card. The radio doesn't perfectly fit in the box. I've already kind of shown that before, but just everybody's aware of that. And there's no surprises when you get it and the box is a little blown out on one side or something. It's just the way it is because of the fan. So you got all the frequencies and everything in here, 12, 10, and everything in between, at least what the radio allows. So you should be all squared away there. I'm going to switch those two on for you, and let's just do a quick power check, and that's pretty much it. I'll just key up my other radio and we'll kind of just do a cheap receiver test, but you know, as long as we get some sound and a signal, that's really all we need. I got a dummy load outside, so we'll go dummy load to dummy load. Okay, so here's AM. I'm just using the mic that I have on my desk. This is the NM452. It's got the wrong back on it, but it says 532, but it's not. That's the non-echo mic. So we got you keyed in about 16 and talking to about 60 to 70. And there's the amperage draw on this one. So we're talking anywhere from 60 to 70. We're keying 16 on this guy, so it's doing good. And then this is how it looks over here. 1 2 3 4 5. Check 1 2 1 2. It's real clean on the output. Again, it's about maybe at the very extreme like 6 kilohertz wide on AM. It's not going to be one of those real wide AM transmitting signals, you know. But you could do some mods and stuff probably with the symmetry and stuff like that. You know, there's this certain guy that's really good at what he does, I guess, and he does offer some standalone products that you could probably incorporate in a radio like this if you wanted to take it to the extreme level of like processing and all that. But just the way the radio comes, they sound really good. So FM's going to be about 50, and sideband. So SSB on these is also really good. These really shine there. 1 2 3 4 5. Check 1 2. So it's about 3 to 4 kilohertz wide, which is right where we should be. And then over here on the power meter, you can try to do both. I actually prefer to do the videos with the phone. I can kind of get in where I need to go and kind of show what I need to show and not really have to zoom and all that. This is more effective for me. I don't know what you guys think when you watch the videos, but I try to kind of both ways, and I'll continue to kind of do one or the other. I tend to do longer when I'm not using the phone, so I don't know what you guys think about the really long ones or short ones or whatever, but I need to watch the Google whatever that is, that information that they give us as YouTube creators or whatever, and see if people are actually really watching the long videos. But anyhow, here is about 80 watts out of this guy, so it's doing good. And this is probably about 20 or 21 on the TOI. I haven't actually checked it, so let me check it real quick. I just went off past practice, so we'll figure that out in a second here. That's pretty good, so right where it should be. And this is what it looks like when I stop it. Nice and round, so you can hear that two-tone coming through my monitor radio, my base station, I mean. So we're all set there too. So let me start talking on the other one, and we'll see the receiver. And we can do, I don't think, that's the one thing these don't have is the NOAA weather. I thought they did, but the George has that, sorry. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be talking on. This is my base station. It's on a dummy load outside on my remote antenna switch. It's just a 100 watter, but it should be fine to handle this radio. And then we'll just key up and kind of show you this thing. You know, I'm using the freak counter jack on the back, which is really cool on these. So I have it set to input B. That's pretty much right where it should be there on frequency, so we're good to go there. Here's the receiver on this one. So check 1 2, check 1 2, hello, check check. I mean, it's like S8, S9. Again, that's on a dummy load. So the dummy load's out on the tower for that radio. The other dummy load's down on the floor here, the bird. So check 1 2, check 1 2. It's definitely got some ears. And then that's pretty much it for that. So if we transmit over here, let me do that. Okay, so this is the Washington with this mic, transmitting both dummy loads still, so check 1 2, check, hello, 1 2 1 2. Sorry about the feedback and the buzzing and stuff. It tends to happen when you're on dummy load. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but usually whatever I'm using indoors here, it does do that on that bird dummy load for whatever reason. If I put this on an antenna, I don't even know if we'll be able to hear it. Here's a horizontal side of my antenna. Let's see. Check 1 2, check 1 2 1 2. So yep, it's transmitting and picking it up. Minus the squeal and stuff. Okay, then the Washington here, I forgot to show you the transmit frequency, so I went to the channel A, which is the bottom one, and this one is about 10 hertz or something. No, I can't adjust that, so obviously that's well within the specification of the radio. I think they say plus or minus like 200 hertz or something, which is kind of crazy, but it is what it is, you know. Sideband on this, it's going to be spot on. I mean, if somebody's going to complain about 10 hertz, then they got a serious problem and think that their over expensive HF radio that they might be using as a CB only is God's gift to radio. But you should have no problem with this on sideband either, so 10 hertz is literally nothing. So anyways, we'll get this one all squared away and boxed up, and should be heading your way tomorrow. I think he picked priority mail, so hopefully you'll get it in a couple days after it sends off to you. 73.